Well, many Australians at the moment seem to not want to get this vaccine. Is the government offering them any incentive to do so?
Look, more than 3.4 million doses have been administered, and the last daily update I saw, I think, was around 93 or 94,000 doses administered in a 24-hour period. And I want to thank those Australians who are going out and getting the vaccine, and encourage all others who are eligible at present to book in with their GP, to sit down and talk to them, and to join the many thousands of others who are getting vaccinated on a daily basis. That the vaccine may well stop you dying if there is a COVID outbreak. That's a pretty strong incentive.
Yes, but you've got the borders closed, so that risk seems minimal, and you can't even guarantee freedom of movement within Australia. Is it time you put forward that emergency National Cabinet meeting once again to get all the premiers on board?
No, look, we're going to push on with the vaccine rollout. That is, as I say, seeing strong growth in the vaccine take-up. The first million doses was administered in about 46 or 47 days. The second million doses was administered in just 19 days. The third million doses in just 17 days. And the vaccine take-up in Australia has been gathering pace. Yes, there are some Australians who have concerns and are reluctant, which is why we encourage them to sit down and talk to their GP. But the reason to get vaccinated, first and foremost, is because it can potentially save your life, because it can potentially stop you from facing serious illness. And that is what GPs are best placed to talk people through. We certainly don't anticipate Australia being closed forever or being able to suppress COVID forever under these sorts of circumstances. That's why people getting vaccinated is important, and it's why we've got 195 million doses of the vaccine contracted for Australia, and we will see more of those other vaccines of the Pfizer and Moderna becoming available right throughout the second half of this year.
I guess many of your own supporters would be thinking, what remaining conservative principles is this government living by? Because we're looking at big spending, big government. I can't think of a government in recent memory that has loomed so large in people's lives.
Well, in recent memory, you haven't lived through a global pandemic either. So, yes, we have, as a government, had to take significant decisions. But closing Australia's international borders has absolutely kept Australia safe. It is arguably the most important decision that was taken in relation to saving Australian lives and saving Australian jobs. And we won't resolve from the importance of that decision taken way back on the 1st of February last year in relation to China, and then taken in relation to Italy, to South Korea, to Iran, and ultimately to the rest of the world. Now, we've reopened to New Zealand because we and New Zealand have both, with similar policy approaches, been able to suppress COVID so successfully. But you talk about principles. Ours is still a government of lower taxes, a government that is in this budget identified tax breaks for low and middle income Australian families, for Australian businesses who are making investments, for Australian innovators in the medical technology sector, for start-up Australian businesses and craft breweries and distillers, for employee share schemes. In this recent budget alone, there's at least 5 different measures I've just cited that are all about lowering the tax burden on Australians to drive economic growth. They are very Liberal and National Party principles.
All right.
And they're a big contrast to Labor, who won't commit to those same sorts of lower taxes.
Well, we'll see closer to the election. The FTA between the UK and Australia looks to be almost done. But farmers in the UK don't seem very happy about this. They're worried about an influx of Australian beef, and has gone so far to say that it could destroy the UK's rolling green countryside. Is this deal at risk?
Well, look, I trust that the UK will live up to the free trade rhetoric that they have pushed right through the BREXIT process, and that their ambitions that they have stated they have to want to do deals with the rest of the world. Australia won't do any trade deals that aren't good for our farming sector and our agricultural sector. It's always crucial to us to make sure that our farmers get open, fair access into other markets, and we would expect that in a UK deal based on the high quality of our agriculture sector, based on the sustainability of our agricultural sector. But I would equally say to the UK farmers who might be worried, they don't have so much to worry about. Australia is likely to be competing in a market that far away on premium, high-value produce. Their market's not about to be flooded with anything, but their consumers will get great alternate choices of high quality Australian produce if they do this deal.